College Silver Stacker back again. I want to try and do another why we stack silver video now that I've gotten a little bit further into this and some stuff I've learned, and just trying to talk about the different sizes and what you want to have in a stack for different scenarios. So when we talk about stacking silver, a lot of people first have to realize what we're doing. Now, for some people, they're just simply stacking metal because they've been told that's a good thing to do. For other of us, we see this and we know that this paper money is quickly losing its purchasing power. It's disappearing like no one's business. Since we've gone off the gold standard, this paper currency has lost over 90% of its purchasing power. And so what we're doing is we're trading in this fiat currency for hard assets. Okay? And so a hard asset is something that's got intrinsic value. The silver has many uses far beyond currency. It's used in manufacturing. All of your sportswear that has antiperspirants and different deodorizers, they all have trace amounts of silver in them. And a lot of times that silver is unrecoverable at current prices. There's no way to get it back out effectively. And so most of that silver is completely lost. Whether the landfills or trash, whatever the case may be, it's destroyed beyond recovery with the current methods that we have. And so there's an ever diminishing supply, way faster than what we're producing. So all of that above ground supply is disappearing. So what we do is, those of us that understand this, we're trading this paper money for hard asset that's actually going to hold its value. So what we know is this $20 bill under current prices, we're able to get one of these, a 1 ounce piece of silver. Usually it actually costs less than this $20 bill. But right now we're getting up close to where a $20 bill will buy you 1 ounce of silver. But what we know is that this silver is truly far more valuable than what that $20 has been in years. This right here is worth at least a day's worth of labor. And realistically, historically, it's been worth about 10 days hard human labor right there in that one piece. Plus, let's be honest, this is a lot more fun and a lot prettier to stack. So what's another reason that we stack silver? Well, when the fiat currency finally breaks apart and is no longer worth anything because it's not backed by anything. So when the American people and the rest of the world lose faith entirely in the dollar, you will have hard assets. And so that stack of 20s then becomes a stack of silver if you're smart. And so now we'll be able to trade these for the things that we need. And, you know, for a while, these may trade at $20. But, oops, sorry. Chances are it will be worth a lot more because of its intrinsic value. Now, for those of you that are thinking if shit hits the fan, guess what? It's going to be a little while before people are willing to trade for this again, because there has to be some sort of economy for this to be worth anything. You know, in the short run, this is the precious metal that you're going to need for shit hits the fan. This is my 9mm, very good precious metal. That's a combination of lead, copper, and brass. Some fundamental metals that are essential in the short term when shit hits the fan. Long term, as soon as we get any kind of manufacturing back, silver is going to be essential for those processes. And so those that have silver will quickly be able to build up wealth again and be able to make their place in the new world, when everybody who had this can't even use it for toilet paper hardly. It's just not worth anything. Anybody that knows anything about money realizes this is probably laced with drugs and all sorts of other diseases and stuff, and here I am touching it. Disgusting. So, yes, that's part of why we love our silver. So, what do you want when you're stacking silver? You kind of want a combination of things, okay? So I've got these 1 ounce bars here, and these are great. These are your $20 bills. And then I've also got 5 ounce. Okay, so 5 ounce is your $100 bill at current value. Okay, so we're talking in current spot prices. It could be worth more. It could be worth a little bit less. It depends on the economy that you're dealing with. So that right there is your $100 bill. Then you step up and you've got a $200 or $400 bill. So these 10 ounce bars, nobody's going to carry these around, and it's hard to make change for them. So that's where, like I said, the 1 ounce is good. However, for a bigger purchase, a firearm, something like that, you're going to be able to trade a 10 ounce bar or several 10 ounce bars for stuff that you need. Now, these government coinage, these are really pretty right now. In that particular kind of situation, they're not going to matter what they're looking like. What's going to matter is the silver content. And when you guys saw my video on these, I told you right now, the 10 ounce, you can get them for $2 or $3 over spot. So the 2016 years are going for $200, just like these are. The kookaburras you're going to pay a little bit more for now. So the 10 ounce Scottsdale or the Sunshine are probably your better buy, but for just a little bit more, you can have a government coin that's got the recognition of the government. Now, I'm not going to say that they're going to back it with any kind of money, but it will be recognized as being true silver because of the government minting, and it will be more trusted because of that. And so remember, you've got 10 ounces of silver here, you've got 10 ounces of silver here. So it's a great way to be able to trade stuff like that. So now if you want to go that route with the 1 ounce coins, you've got your Canadians, you've got your American Silver Eagles. These are great pieces that are in that 1 ounce category that you can stick in your pocket and carry around for that kind of situation. But you've also got stuff like the Prospector. This is still pure silver. They're probably going to have to test it, though, because it may not be trusted as much as the very recognizable American Silver Eagle. Or the Canadian Maple Leaf that's got security features built into it. So that's why it's good to have a combination. Like I said, people are probably going to want to test the Sunshine. They're going to want to test the bars, but that's okay. You've got your different denominations, just like you do with your paper money. So that is why we stack these different varieties of coins. And remember, if you're stacking for shit hits the fan, you want Prospectors, 10 ounce bars, the 1 ounce bars, whatever. You want as close to spot as you possibly can. If that's not what you're stacking for, if you're stacking for investment's sake, these kookaburras and the 1 ounce varieties, they're really going to be good, but you have to remember collector value changes. So as long as you're aware of that, and like I said, you pick up the kookaburras for as close to spot as possible, they could go up in value with spot price. And that's where, the collectability, this will be easier to flip just because people like the artwork so much better. But there has to be a stronger economy in order for that to be feasible. So, just to recap, when we're stacking silver, you have to have different philosophies. And in my stack, you'll see different things for different reasons. I've got a lot of government coinage, and I've got a lot of these cool things that my intention is to flip them in the short run. And then I've got other stuff like my Scottsdales, like my Geiger 10 ounce bars, and my 1 ounce Sunshine Mints that are meant for the long-term haul. They were as close to spot as I could possibly get them. And so I've got the most amount of ounces for the least amount of money. My bigger stuff, I still try and get as close to spot as possible, but I'm looking more for stuff that I can flip. So I've got 2 different stacks. And so it's important to make sure that your stack is profitable and that you know your market and know where you're going to be able to sell it. You have to have an exit strategy. And so a lot of my silver, I know better now because I've been flipping stuff, where and who to go to flip it in any situation. I also know that it's important to stack my ammunition of different varieties, especially of everything that I personally own, so that I've got ammunition that I can barter, and that's going to be the short term in a shit hits the fan scenario. Those are going to be the essential metals that people are going to be looking for. All right, this video is plenty long enough, so thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all like this video, and we'll see you all in the next one. College Silver Stacker, have a great evening.